Aging is a scary thing for most people in our society. But what about if you have cerebral palsy? Does that change anything for you? If that sounds like a topic you're interested in discussing, please stick around. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi, everybody. It's time for another video. If you don't know me, hi, my name is Flemmy. I'm a 36-year-old woman who lives with spastic diplegia and cerebral palsy, and I like to talk about videos dealing with living with a physical disability as well as lifestyle and things like that. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining. I do appreciate it. And to all you returning subscribers, you guys are the best. Literally, you give me inspiration and keep me going and doing what I'm doing. So first off, before we get into it, an announcement is I'm now on TikTok. Please join me there. My handle is Blemmy86. That's BLEMI 86. Before we get into the topic of aging with cerebral palsy, I just want to say that all these opinions are my own, and I am by no means a medical professional, so please don't take anything I say as true. It's just my own experiences and opinions, so take them with a grain of salt. And here we go. Okay, you've got a child, or you are that child, who is diagnosed with CP, and you are told that it is a non-progressive disorder. So you get the diagnosis, you do all the things, you do the therapy, you do the surgeries, you do the physio when you're a kid and your parents are really into it and you're really into it, and you're gonna be the best that you can be and get your body so that it's at its peak. And you know that if it's at its peak, you're told it's a non-progressive disorder, so that you know that if you work really hard now, you can have that future when you're older, right? Not so much. What the doctors and the medical professionals fail to tell you is that, yes, well, cerebral palsy is a non-progressive disorder in and of itself, meaning that the brain damage doesn't get any worse. What they neglect or fail to tell you is that your awkward movements, the stiffness, the wear and tear on your body breaks down your body so much faster than a quote unquote normal able-bodied person. And for some of us, for me, that took me by a complete surprise. I was not ready for how fast my body was gonna age. Okay, so let's back up a little ways and maybe go to the teen years where you work really hard, you're getting good grades, you're now walking independently, you're as mobile as you can be, and you're 18 and you graduated high school and you're off to university. If you haven't seen my college and university video, I'll put it up here for you, go check it out. But you're off to university and you're mobile and you're feeling good and you're like, yes, I've got this. What they don't tell you is that you're 18 and you no longer qualify under pediatric medicine, right? That's okay. You'll find adult doctors. Wrong. What they don't tell you is that orthopedic surgeons, which is mainly the doctors that people with spastic diplegia cerebral palsy see for their stiffness and all their other ailments, you either are pediatric, which means child, or geriatric, which means elderly. There's no in between for orthopedic surgery, really. There's no in between specialties. So if you were putting off that surgery when you were a teenager to maybe get it in your early adult years, well, now you're going to be really hard pressed to find a doctor who can actually do the surgery, because cerebral palsy tends to be a specialty that pediatric doctors have and not geriatric doctors who mainly deal with broken hips and other elderly ailments. You're going to be really hard pressed to find a doctor who can even touch you or know what to do in those situations. So you're kind of in a limbo. Oh, okay, you're in a limbo. Oh, well, you're now in your early 20s. You don't really want that surgery anyway, right? You're just on your merry way. You're okay now with how you look, and you don't need any more aesthetically pleasing surgeries. So you've got a non-progressive disorder. You're on your merry way. Well, if you're me, you reach your mid-20s and one day you wake up, or it seems like you wake up, and your balance has now gone to complete and you're not sure why. So you toddle off to your family doctor who you've known your whole life, and you say, oh my goodness, something happened. My balance is now completely out of whack. Something must be wrong. And you get that look. Like, are you crazy, Blemmy? You must be crazy, because don't you know you have cerebral palsy? Of course your balance is going to be off. Don't worry about it. It's normal. Just keep going on your daily life and whatever. So you get brushed off by your family doctor and you think, okay, so I must be crazy. I do have CP. Of course my balance sucks. It must have sucked this whole time. I just didn't realize it. Doctors know best. So you go on your way and you reluctantly think, well, maybe if I just use a cane for traveling, that will really help me out. So you get a cane, you get a cute cane. I have a pink one. If you haven't seen my mobility aids video, I'll post it up here. And so you reluctantly get a cane and you go about your daily life. And again, your balance just really sucks and you find that you're falling a lot, and you start to pull back a little bit. You're not as social as you once were. You don't get out as much as you once did, because that's really hard. Now you find that you can't walk as well as you used to. But again, you keep getting dismissed by the doctors and the people around you, and they just keep giving you weird looks. And yeah, but you have CP. And in the back of your head, you're thinking, yeah, but CP isn't progressive. I don't know what's wrong with me, but you keep getting brushed off. And so you go on your merry way. And eventually you're now less social than you were. You find that you're more tired than you ever were. Getting through a work day is really hard. And it gets to you. And you start to get, in my case, depressed. Because no one told you that, yeah, your body's gonna break down really fast compared to other people, and you're gonna age a lot quicker than you ever thought you would. For me, by the time I was 25, I was using a cane almost full time, which was really hard for me. By the time I was 34, I decided that it was time to break down and get a walker from public. And if you're like me, you're worried about the whispers and what people are going to say, and oh my gosh, she's getting really bad. But you just try to live your life the way you can. So now I'm 36 and I use a cane and a walker when I'm out in public, and my body is breaking down really, really fast. I sometimes feel like I'm 36 going on 84, and that's really scary, because my family, people tend to live in their late 80s, early 90s, and to me, the prospect of being that old with this body that also feels like this is really quite scary. Of course, I've tried to do things to help slow down the aging process. I take a multitude of vitamins every day. I've tried to have a better nutritious diet, which before I would just eat like crap and not care what I put into my body. But now I realize that it really does matter what you put into your body, especially as you're getting older. And I'm trying to live every day and have as much energy as I can. I just take every day as it comes and know that it's okay if one day I'm really tired and I have to have a day where I just rest and do nothing. And it's also okay to have those days when you push yourself and try to do more than you thought you could. But always in the back of my head, I'm thinking, okay, well, it's like this today. Tomorrow it's going to be worse. Is my body gonna allow me to do this? Is the soreness and the stiffness gonna allow me to do this? And I feel like I'm so much older than 36, well, my body is anyway, and it's scary. Is anybody else scared by that? Another thing that's really scary is that what people don't tell you is that there's lots of CP research for children. None, hardly any when it comes to adults. It's like you've got this cute CP kid, but we forget that they turn into this cute CP adult and they don't matter anymore. And I think where that stems from is that even when I was young or newly diagnosed at age 2, my mom was advised to put me into a facility. And up until, you know, the 80s, 90s, that's what people did when you were diagnosed with CP a lot of the time. So people don't really know much about aging with CP until we're here. We're now in our 30s, these 80 babies, and we're aging. And we keep getting brushed off by medical professionals because they simply don't know what to do. So we're here to be guinea pigs for the next generation, and hopefully the next generation parents know that yes, CP is not a progressive disorder. However, your body breaks down a lot faster, and so we need to take care of our body. And hopefully medicine and science will advance and the next generation will have an easier time when it comes to aging. I hope my rambling today made sense. It was just kind of something that I wanted to get off my chest for a while. Please like this video, give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, it really helps me out. Follow me over on TikTok, Instagram, all the things, Twitter. I really, every time I see a new subscription follower, it just gives me so much joy. You don't even know. Okay, guys, until next time, bye-bye.